Muslims were colonized. Much of our history distorted. Many of our textbooks changed. As a result, not solely for that reason, but largely due to that reason, many Muslims don't know their own history. In fact, a lot of the history textbooks in Arabic were actually translations from English. What does this do to the young Muslim mind? It creates an inferiority complex. When all you're learning, and that's important and it's all good, at school, which is the history of the West, for example, and great Western philosophers and thinkers and revolutionaries in technology, and it's all wonderful, important, and it must be learnt. However, as a people whose religious tradition finds root in the East, we have to ask the question, what about our history? What about the history of traditional Muslim lands? What about our heroes? We had some of the greatest philosophers. We had Baytul Hikmah in Baghdad, in which the Abbasid Caliph appoints many people to begin translating works from Greek into Syriac and subsequently into Arabic. Books of mathematics, of science, books of philosophy, metaphysics, books of logic, so much of astronomy, so much was translated. In fact, many of the works that found themselves into the Latin tradition came through the Arabic tradition. So what about these great thinkers from philosophers such as Al-Farabi, Al-Kindi? Avicenna single-handedly revolutionizes Aristotelian logic. So important. His works in medicine, for example, up until only a few hundred years ago, were still the main textbooks taught in Latin within Europe. What about Al-Ghazali, one of the great theologians of Islam, who rectified so many theological issues that philosophy had brought into Islamic creed? What about all of those great architects, Mi'mar Sinan, who builds the glorious mosque that you see within Turkey, and even up to Syria, we can see the glorious Suleymaniye Mosque in Istanbul, the Silimiya in Edirne, and on and on. So we have great artists, calligraphers, we have great scientists, great thinkers, philosophers. Of course, due to wars, due to the collapse of the Ottoman Caliphate, due to colonization, there was a break in that tradition, and that's unfortunate. But what we have to do is reopen those books. We have to now revive that with our children and say, yes, all of this is wonderful here, and we study, we learn it, and we respect it. But did you know that you, in terms of your forefathers, religious forefathers, because somebody could be European through and through for 800 years, but their religious forefathers, this is what they produced, so they could understand and appreciate just how glorious and rich their own tradition is. So this is really, really important for us today as parents and teachers, that we must inspire our children, not inspiring them through fake stories or fables, no, but actually showing them, look what they produced, look who they were, in the hope that we can take back some of that confidence that we once had. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make that easy for all of us. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.